Want to stop crying when you cut an onion? Check this out. You have the root end and the stem end of an onion. First, what I want you to do is cut off the stem end to create a nice flat surface at the bottom. Next, you're going to turn it around and you're going to cut off the root end. And if there's any of this papery skin that's kind of bugging you, or you feel like your hands are going to slip off while you hold it, take it off right away. Then you're going to come to the root end. I don't want you to cut too far up. If you cut too far up, you're going to miss the point of it holding together at the root. So you're going to cut through the root end. And if you can see, there's still a little circle there. That means it's being held together. Then lay it flat on the surface, on the stem end, and you're going to take your knife and you're going to cut through the middle of the root end to hold it together on both halves. At that point, you're just going to peel the onion and peel the skin off, and it makes it easier once you've cut it. And then the next thing we're going to do is lay it flat on the cut side with the root end away from you. As you get all the kind of little hairs and stuff away too. No one likes that in their food. So the root end is facing away from me. You're then going to do what's called a radial cut. It basically is like creating spokes of a wheel. You don't want to go all the way to the end of the root, but go 3/4 or even 7/8 of the way down. Now, as you do this cutting, you're going to cut the size, you're going to make the cuts based on how big of chunks you ultimately want in your onion, right? In your chopped onion. So if you see this, it's going to kind of go around like this, and it looks a little bit like a radio, like a spokes of a wheel. Then you're just going to turn it and slice through it. Now, depending on what size you want, if you want a real fine dice, then you're going to cut real close together. If you want a little bigger dice for things like soups or something that's going to cook for a long time, then you're just going to, move your knife further down so you can make bigger cuts. The other thing that's really important when you're chopping an onion, and what will keep you from crying, is number one, having a sharp knife. And number two, you don't want to crush what you're cutting. You don't want to do this. You don't want to hear a lot of noise on your cutting board. That means you're not allowing the knife to slice through the onion. You're instead crushing it, and that's when all the onion juice comes out and you start bawling, even if you're not that sad. So why don't you check this tip out and try it tonight in your next cooking dish.